Salut tout le monde! Welcome back to Unintentionally Frenchified. As you can see from the title of this video, this is a bit of a different video because you have seen that we have officially left France. After 12 years, we are no longer there. There has been a lot of things going on in the past 6 weeks, and I wish I could have shared sooner, and I'm sorry that I wasn't able to share sooner, but I am really excited today to tell you everything that's going on and where we're at and what's next. First off, I have been pretty silent on the YouTube channel and on Instagram probably since end of November, beginning of December. So I definitely want to apologize to anyone who has commented on videos and I haven't been getting back, or sent me Instagram messages and I haven't been responding. There has just been a lot going on. We found out, I would say about mid-November, that we were for sure going to move. So obviously we were super excited, but with a move to a new country, there is just a lot of things that you have to organize. I'm sure you guys all know. But then on top of that, we already had plans to go to the US for Christmas with my family, which meant that we had only a month to really manage everything before we were heading to the US. It's also the end of the year. You guys all know the holiday seasons at work, all the things that you need to finalize for the end of the year. We just had so many things going on. We needed to say goodbye to all of Robin, my husband's family, to all of our friends. It was a really intense period. And then on top of that, we found out at the beginning of December that I was having some health issues and that I needed to take care of these issues before we left France, because I don't think anyone would raise their hand and say like, I want to be in the US with no insurance and need to be treated for a medical condition. And everything is great now, but at the time in December, I needed to have an operation and we found out quite late, so it was impacting travel dates. It was just an absolute mess. What is really positive is everything is good now and we're all good to go, but it did mean that I really had to let a lot of balls drop at the end, the last probably like at least 6 weeks. And one of those first balls to drop was my content creation and everything that I'm doing on the side for YouTube and Instagram. And so I have just been MIA. So again, as I said it, I do apologize to anyone that had reached out, and I'm sorry that there hasn't been new content or things going on, but at least now you know why. We just had a lot of things going on in our life and I had a lot of things that I had to take care of. But I am back in action now. So we have officially arrived at our new destination. We spent a couple of weeks in the US. We were there during the cold winter storm. A lot of my family's in Minnesota, so we were up there freezing, but loving getting to see them. And we've arrived in our destination. So I don't know if you guys will be surprised, if you have any thoughts. This would be the perfect moment, because I'm not going to keep you in suspense any longer, to pause the video and let me know in the comments where you think that we just ended up. But we have officially landed in Montreal, or Montreal, if you want to say it in the French or English way, Canada. Are you guys surprised? Probably not. If you do think about the fact that I'm American, I'm from North America, then you've got Robin, French, from France. You kind of think with our little bicultural family that Montreal could be a pretty nice place for us to check out, with the mix of, French and European way of life, and then it's in North America, so you've got, that mix as well coming into the play. Lots of English here still too, lots of space. There's a lot of things that are very North American so far that we've been feeling as part of Montreal, so it seemed like a really good stop for our family. I can try to show you guys. It's gonna maybe be a bit weird, but let me try and show you. Can you see? It's a little bit hard to see with the lighting, I feel like, but you guys can get a little bit of a view on downtown Montreal. Here we go. I don't talk too much about my full-time job on here. I honestly don't even know how often I've mentioned it before, but I do work for a multinational beauty company, and they do have offices all over the world. And so we've always discussed with Robin, like at some point it would be great to do something else. I moved my whole life over to France on my own, it was my own choice. And I loved that as much as it was hard at times. I loved discovering a new culture, learning a new way of life, it's a big adventure, and being in France for 12 years, it wasn't as much of an adventure per se anymore. And so we were always kind of interested in moving, and we were interested in Montreal because we had visited here a couple of times and we just loved, as I said, kind of the French touch on the North American way of life. and we thought it would be a great idea. And I got a really great opportunity for my job at work to come here. And so it just seemed like the right time for us to say, hey, why not a couple years in Montreal and then back in France. So now that you know the big news about Montreal, if any of you guys have tips, you've lived here, anyone watching the video wants to tell me anything that they know about Montreal, places to eat, to go, things to do, not to do, please put them in the comments below. I know very, very little. We have been here 1 week exactly, so I am open to all of your opinions, your advice, anything that anyone wants to throw my way. I did not have a YouTube channel, nor did I ever even to watch YouTube when I came and have like videos when I was arriving in France. I'm really going to take as much resources and use them to the best of my ability while we're here. And now, what the F does that mean for Unintentionally Frenchified? What does it mean for my channel? You know, it's been it seems like a long ride now. I think if I didn't look back before I'm shooting this right now, filming it, but I think that I probably had the channel for at least 4 years. I know I was doing videos before I was pregnant with Eleanor, and she just turned 3. So that means about 4 years. I mean, maybe even my video is like 5 years ago. I don't know, but it has been a wild ride. And it's definitely a bit like a baby in a sense, and something that I'm really proud of. And I don't necessarily want to stop. You know, Montreal is francophone, it's French speaking, so there's still lots of content and videos and subjects that can be around differences between the US and Canada, French speaking Canada and French speaking France. And I can see lots of, you know, first reaction videos and the way I see things and comparisons and culture shocks. I mean, I still feel like there's a lot of content that I would do, but it would be more, you know, around content based in French-speaking Canada than in France. And of course, when I visit France, I can do videos and things like that. So I see lots of things that I could do from my end, but at the same time, you know, you guys are the ones who watch the channel. I love making it, but I also love that other people like watching it. So I kind of am interested to hear in the comments what you guys think. And if you would want to watch content like that, I'm obviously going to be back in France in a couple of years. So who knows, maybe the channel can continue throughout here and our time in Montreal and then go on, you know, as we're back in France. So I just think that to me, it seems like why not keep it up and see how it goes? But I feel like it's also up to you guys to let me know what you think, and then we can kind of see from there. I am going to film one video that I've already done about some of my first reactions arriving in Montreal and some differences I already see or similarities or things that surprised me with France and the US and Montreal. So you guys can also check that video out in a couple of days and see what you think and see if this is a type of content that you'd be interested in too. But definitely looking forward to hearing what you guys have to tell me about the channel, about Montreal. I'm super excited to be back. As I said, it was one of the balls I had to let drop, but it doesn't mean that it felt really good to be silent for the last 6 weeks. So excited, I guess, to be back and to be here. And I can't wait to hear what you guys all have to say in the comments. I will see you soon. Pas la semaine prochaine, cette semaine. Bisous!